What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're having a great day today. I sure am. Today we have a short video, or I'm planning it to be short, and we're just going to be discussing one topic here, guys, and it's going to be heat management. I got a few questions recently regarding heat management. Some other YouTubers have made content pieces on it, so I figured I would make a video explaining to you guys what I do both in the summer and in the winter in order to handle and deal with this heat in the most efficient way. Alright, so let's get it started with the winter. Right now it's winter time. You guys will see that after. I live in Canada. We get snow here. We get, minus 20, minus 30 degree weather. That's in Celsius. And in this scenario, I use all my cards to heat the apartment. All right. So all these cards that are running, I have 19 of them right now. I have a 3060 Ti in there, two 3060s in that computer. That 580 is not running right now, but that'll change soon. I have this 7-card rig and this 9-card rig. So that's a lot of GPUs for this space, guys. Your solution always is going to be airflow to dissipate your heat, all right? Never AC in the summer, but we'll get to that. So in the winter, what I do is I have this window slightly cracked here because if not, it's still too much heat, all right? It still gets too hot in here even though it's winter. So this window is continuously cracked. I just modulate it open and close to kind of modulate the heat basically in the office and throughout the rest of the house. And I'll show you guys what's going on here. So if we look at the temperature reading in the office, it says 30 degrees. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. All these things in the house for readings, they're about 2 or 3 degrees higher than it actually is. Let's say 2 degrees. So it's maybe 28, 29 here. 30 is a bit much, but anyway, it's currently 30 degrees. And I'll show you guys kind of what the layout looks like here. So if we walk out here, we have the bedroom, all right? You'll see the extension cord running, which runs that rig over there. I have that plugged into a different circuit here. If I keep on going, oh, there's the cat. This is the bathroom. And over on this side, we have the cat's room / the laundry room. Okay, so not very much there. And then we enter basically the only other, that was well timed, the only other space in the apartment. So this is the living room / kitchen space here. And what you have at the end of this is a nice little door to a balcony. So you guys will see nice and snowy outside. It's actually not much snow for this time of year here in Canada. This is nothing. And what I do when it gets really hot in the winter, I just crack this guy open for a few minutes. Sometimes if it's warm out, I leave it open all day. And what this does, it allows cold air to come in, and that just creates a flow going all the way down this hallway here, all right? And gets a nice flow of air going. It'll push the hot air out through there, and it'll cool down the office substantially. So obviously, it gets colder down there because I have the door open and the cold air is coming in through there. But it helps really cool down the office a lot. One thing that kind of sucks is that this is not the opposite. Any corner like this, especially 90-degree corners, are really not good for airflow. It constricts it massively, all right? So this is not good. This is obviously a temporary thing. Hopefully I won't be living here forever. But this really restricts the airflow. In the winter, it's not so bad. In the summer, it's killer. So I'll show you some temperatures really quickly around the house. So this is the temperature in the bedroom. Apparently it's 25.5. We'll call it 23.5. In the bathroom, it's 23.5 degrees. And if we go to the main living space / the kitchen, it's 26 degrees. So you can see that guys, just these rigs keep the whole house heated. Here in Canada, we have baseboard heaters. These things run off 240 volt, and all they do is produce heat off electricity, all right? I have not turned any of these on in the whole house all year, and I won't need to. These 19 cards produce way more heat than I need for this small living space, so that's really good. That explains my whole scenario in the winter. Now let's get to the summer, guys. It's a bit more rough in the summer, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. And let me tell you, you won't be able to deal with it with some AC unit like this. I don't care how powerful your AC unit is, you're wasting it, you're burning electricity for nothing, and you're fighting a losing battle, okay? So the solution, guys, is airflow. It's not AC. So going back to the office, in the summer, obviously, I have the back door always open, all right? Unless it's pouring rain and it's raining inside the house, I'll shut it. But if not, it's always open. And if you look at some of my older videos, you'll notice sometimes I have a box fan here that I put on the floor. Either if it's really hot, I put it here. And sometimes I put it a little further out to just facilitate the airflow in this area, in the constriction. But yeah, it's gotten up to 34-ish degrees, 34.5 before in the summer here. And Guys, this is my working space. I work here 5 days a week, my 9 to 5 job. I edit my videos here, I game here, I do all my stuff here mostly. So this is my living space, and let me tell you, in the summer, it got pretty rough. And I didn't even have all these cards in the summer. I have more now. So it's gonna be really hard to tell how I'm gonna handle this when it comes to next summer, because the heat generated in here is gonna be too much. I might have to get some power line adapters. Caveman Mining made a great video on power line adapters. I'll link it here if you wanna check it out. But I might do that and maybe put one of these rigs in our living space. Like I said, it's really not a big space here I have, guys, so I'm limited on what I can do. But yeah, my main philosophy for this, okay, so forget the computers, those are apart, but for the rig part, I kind of have a hot lane going here. So if you notice, these fans are on the back side. Ideally what they do is they suck in air from the sides, all right, and push it over here, okay? And again, I used to have a rig here. This rig used to be there, but even without fans to help push that air naturally will get sucked out that window. And again, this rig here, all the fans are positioned in ways where it helps the airflow, right? So hot air rises, right? And the cold air, when mixing with the hot air, will drop. So what happens here is the hot air gets pushed by these pretty powerful fans actually over to the back. This is kind of the hot lane here, and trust me, in the summer you can really feel it. So I tried to do it this way to keep the heat, you know, away from my workspace, but when you're this close, guys, it doesn't work that well. So the hot lane works, but I'm still cooking right there. Point of the story is, guys, there is no perfect way to manage heat. The best way to manage the heat is definitely with airflow. The more air you can exchange with the outside, the better. So the more mass airflow rate, the better. And also room size will obviously affect it, right? If you have a larger room and more GPUs, you're gonna need more airflow to circulate that amount of volume of air in a certain amount of time, all right? So those are pretty simple calculations, honestly. You can find all the information you need for that online if you're trying to do any sort of, you know, ballpark estimate for that. But yeah, so flow in, flow out, that's important. I don't want to see anybody using AC to cool the rigs. That's a big no-no. So I'll leave you guys on that. That's it for today. I just wanted to talk about my cooling solution a little bit. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you do to manage the heat on your rigs. If not, peace out, guys. I'll see you next time.